Okay.
What's going on? Welcome to Makers Make It Made, episode 1. This is like a podcast I've been wanting to do for quite a while now. Just me talking to my friends, figuring out how they made it made. Let's get into it. So we have our first guest. This is the first episode 1, season 1, first guest. This is really important here. We got a dancer, a choreographer, an actor, a painter. Like, there's just a lot of hyphens in there. I want to welcome in Benjamin Williams.
Hello, what's good? Hey.
What's going on, bro?
I'm good. I'm really good. I've had a really great past 2 years, and it just feels really good to be back home in Toronto. I feel like being away for so long, being back in Toronto now, I realize a lot of things that maybe not even I took for granted, but a lot of the beauty in the city that I miss. You know what I mean?
And we'll get into like where you went, what's going on. Happy 2024 or 2025. Whoa, we're here. Wow. We're totally here in 2025. Holy crap. This is like when I put in the date wrong when you go back to school and you put like the wrong date.
Oh my gosh,
yeah. 2025. Welcome. Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year.
Damn. Okay, cool. So I guess let's start with like, who are you? Like let the viewers know.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Benjamin Williams.
Yes, sir.
Grew up in Brampton, lived in Toronto for a few years, and now I live in the UK. I live in London, and I dance full time. Dancing is like my main medium that I express myself through, but I don't like to limit myself to any particular medium. I feel like I like to dabble in all kinds of things. So I've made paintings, I've made films, I've done choreography pieces for music videos, and I aim to just continue to see a vision through no matter how it comes out or no matter what medium it is that I use.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I feel like dance is it's not something like the average person is like, yo, I'm going to grow up to be a dancer. Like, what was your first foray into that medium?
Yeah. So, I'll probably come back to the same concept, but I feel like I love music and I love people, and dance was the best way for me to combine the two and express the two in that way. Like, I could tell you how I first started dancing of me being at a music festival in Dundas Square. And there's a dance team on the stage. Yeah. And then I had a moment, it's like those Disney character moments where everything drowns out. Yeah, no, and you're looking at the stage and you're like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah. So for me, that was the thing that made me first get into dance. But dance has now become such a Trojan horse in the way of that I'm now exposed to so many different mediums that I go, oh, okay, what I can do or how I could connect to music and people doesn't have to be connected to dance only. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then so at what point were you like, okay, I can do this as the way I make money or my job or you know what I'm saying? At what point were you like, okay, I'm dancing in my bedroom till I'm dancing in front of thousands of people? At what point were you like, yeah, I can do this?
It's funny because I kind of made that bet on myself. I was in high school. I was maybe 16 years old when I got my first dance check. And it was
first.
I was probably
let's go.
I got my first dance check. It was maybe like $120. Yeah. But at that time, it was that's $120 that I didn't have before. So I remember so vividly looking at that check and promising myself that I was gonna make money from dance now on. Yeah. And especially coming out of high school with immigrant parents and things like that.
Jamaica?
Yeah.
Jamaica. Yes, sir. Yo, one up for the Jamaicans, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
Jamaica land we love. So for them, it was hard to be like, hey, I don't want to go to university. I want to do dance full time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because by the time I finished high school, there'd already be some days where I'm working dance jobs where I would have to leave school early, hop on the go bus from Brampton to the city to do the dance job. Or there was this one time where we had a field trip. Yeah. And we were in the city. And I was like, all right, guys, bye. I went from the field trip, the high school field trip, to a dance job.
So you had that feeling of being an athlete before actually being an athlete. You know what I'm saying? The athletes are always like, oh, I got a soccer game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna leave early, and then everyone just watches as that person leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
So yeah, it was a lot of that. And then once I finished high school, I kind of told them, I said, hey, like, guys, give me a year to really do this full time and figure it out for myself. And in that year, I did season 7 of The Next Step.
The Next Step, we'll definitely get into that.
I did season 7 of The Next Step, and then I did Zombies 2.
Okay.
So I did a TV show and a movie.
Yeah. And this is all Disney, right?
Yeah, like Disney, Family Channel, now CBBC.
Let's go.
For The Next Step. And it was one of those where now that I was able to show my parents that, yo, you could make money off of it, especially because I worked 2 really great union jobs where like, they really take care of you and they pay you properly. I showed them how much I made that year, and they let me continue on dancing full time. And I've been dancing full time for like over 5-6 years now.
6 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's professionally 6 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but you've been dancing for like over 10
since I was like
now.
10, 12. Yeah.
Holy smokes. Okay, so you started out in Brampton. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from also. I'm from Brampton.
Yes, sir.
And at what point were you like, okay, I got to move from like the small city to the big city?
I feel like my talents already brought me to the city, but it was, of course, a money thing, but also, am I ready for that? You know what I mean? I started living on my own at like 20, 21. Like, yeah, like, yo, like.
And you know what's funny is like the way we met was so weird,
bro.
And this is such a stupid story, but basically, Benjamin is my god cousin.
Yes.
And I didn't know this until like literally like 2 years ago. And basically, like at the time, I think this is like 2021, I was rolling real deep with like Danny, Jack, Nick, all those guys, Parker, all those guys. And, you know, we're doing our thing with video and film. And there was just this one summer. This is like when I first got my place. And I'm just on Instagram watching these stories, and there was this like blue-headed kid that was in all of my friends' stories. Black kid, cool kid, blue hair. I was like, who is this guy? Yeah. And what would happen is I would pull up like always after or just before he gets there. And so I started feeling insecure, like, who is this guy, right? So I'm watching my story one day, and my mom's watching over my shoulder, and she goes, oh, that's Ben. And I got pissed. Like, low-key, I was like, how do you know Ben? Why does everyone know Ben? She got me so pissed. And she was like, oh, well, like, you guys are kind of related. And I'm like, how? And he was like, oh, well, your godfather, that's his uncle. So he's basically your god cousin.
God cousin.
So shout out to god cousins everywhere.
Yes,
you know?
sir.
That's crazy. So, I mean, it was dope to meet you because as soon as I met you, like, we hit it off. Like, I got you on the set for McDonald's, and we were just all chilling. Just it was such a good vibe. And then from there, you were like a camera assistant, which is something that like you don't even put in your 100 dashes of things you do.
Yeah. So, but camera assisting, like I said, dance is your Trojan horse. That came from dance because I worked with this director DP Alim Sabir.
Oh,
and he's a b-boy as well. So he break dances. I knew him through my dance friends, and I remember sliding up to his story and being like, yo, like, he was doing a camera test. He posted a camera test on his story. Yeah. And I said, yo, bro, like, I love camera and film and stuff. Like, that's so cool when you post it. And then he hit me back. He's like, yo, are you free right now?
Oh, that's the Olymp thing.
He's like, can you be in Kensington Market in the next hour? Oh, yeah. And I was like, because we were shooting a shoot for Kappa.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So I was like, I mean, I could get there in 2 hours because I got to take the GO bus. Yeah. So imagine I'm in Brampton on my phone. I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is the opportunity to do it. So I went and did that Kappa shoot, and then from there, I started assisting Alim for different music videos and one of his short films as well. And then from the people that I met there, I started working with other DPs as camera assistants and just like being around in that way. And it was really cool because dance camera assisting became my introduction to like the rest of the Toronto creative scene in like a really sick way. And
like after that, after getting inspired from that, you made your first short film.
Yeah.
So what was that called again? Home. Yeah. And it was like more of like a dance interpretation of what you want a short film to be. So
absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So Home, it was cool because now that I saw that it was possible for me to step into other mediums, I started like making treatments from my phone. Yeah. So I had my friends like put a website where you can look at like screen grabs from movies. I had Shot Deck, sorry. I had their Shot Deck account, and I had an app on my phone where you could just add text.
Yeah.
And I would start making treatments of different stories that I felt. And there was a song that I heard, and it gave me a certain emotion, and I made a treatment to it, and I just kind of sat on it for a while because I was like, all right, this is cool, but like I'll make it one day.
Yeah.
And then I think I was sitting with like you and Danny.
Yeah.
And I think Jack might have been there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I showed it to y'all, and y'all were like,
just do it tomorrow.
do it tomorrow. Yeah, what's stopping you from doing it?
What do you need?
And I was like, oh, what? Really?
And I mean, I think that's like one thing to talk about is a lot of our ideas die because we're like, oh, we don't have the time to do it, or we're not ready to do it. And 9 times out of 10, just like this podcast, you just got to press record and start.
Exactly.
Right? And, you know, I think one of the beautiful things about Toronto is that, you know, I think it's a lie that people don't care in Toronto. Like, I've found that all the creatives in Toronto are just so down to get things done. If you feel strongly about your idea, then they're like, all right, what do you need me to do? Put me in, coach.
Exactly.
And I felt like that's what happened for your short film, which was like super sick. And you can still see that, right? Like it's still.
Absolutely. And I feel like, especially in terms of the short film, it was so cool to have these people have my back. You know, I'm lucky to call you guys my friends, but you're also really sick in each respective thing that you do. So the fact that like I had this film that was, you know, produced by Danny, styled by Alex, you know what I mean? You starred in it. It was like my friend also, Jack shot it, Nick did the titles and the credits, and it was just like, yo, all my friends that I would like sit in a house and eat food with and just like hang out on some like human stuff came together to make this beautiful piece of art that like now gets to live forever.
Yeah. I love that. All right, let's segue into like some really exciting things because
like
I feel like your last, like the 2024 was just crazy for you.
Bro.
So, you know, you moved to the UK.
Yes.
London.
Yeah.
How's your accent?
Oh, no, don't do that. All right, so yo, like, I moved to London, It was like, I think May or something like that. It was cool because I got all my friends together. We did like, my birthday is April 29th, innit? And I moved on May 3rd, right? So I had like a birthday going away party kind of thing. Yeah. And like all the man them came through. It was so cute. My family was there as well. Bare food. It was great, man. So yeah, I moved to London, got my visa.
Yeah. And how was that process? Was it hard?
No, it was just this really easy youth mobility scheme visa, I think it was called, to where you just had to have a little bit of savings and you had to pay for like the healthcare and the visa fee, which really didn't end up being too much. And then all of a sudden you get an email that's like, hey, your visa starts today.
Crazy.
So I was like Queen in Ossington, like getting a snack or some coffee or something. And I was like, oh, I need to move my life to London now.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you know, you go from Toronto where you feel like you have a community of people that like got your back and you've done the work to like make all these friends. And then you're like, okay, cool. I'm going to skip out and just go to this whole new city and try to do this over again. And I feel like that's kind of like, I don't know if you guys play like Call of Duty. It's like prestiging, I guess. It's like you go up to level 55 and you're like, yo, let me do that all over again.
Start it back. Yeah.
And I always find that it's easier to do it the second time.
Absolutely.
Right? So like what did you do? Did you just land and say, okay, I'm going to go straight to the first workshop I can find?
Yeah, I mean, I did quite a bit of research before. Now, the initial move to London came from just not only how similar the culture is between Toronto and London, but also because, you know, they could support their creatives full time. Please say the question again. I strayed away.
What did you do when you landed?
Okay, so when I landed, dance is my Trojan horse, but dance is also my first love, of course, right? So before that, I did a lot of research. I messaged a lot of dancers that I may have connected with on Instagram beforehand, because especially during lockdown was a time where it felt like the dance community became the whole world. You had eyes from everywhere seeing your content and seeing your videos. So the people that I kind of connected with online, I hit them up and asked them about agencies and classes and like things that I could go to or like places to go in terms of where to start. And I was lucky to have, there was a guy named Brett, but he sent me a whole list of a bunch of choreographers, a bunch of agencies, and I made sure that I had the full list. And it was one day where I spontaneously, I think I was about to go bowling with you and your mom.
Oh, and you were like, yo, I gotta go tomorrow.
And I booked the ticket. I booked a month trip, and I said, you know what? Let me go. Let me hit up all these agencies. Let me take all these classes because my visa started randomly. And I said, let me figure this out for myself. So a lot of research. When I got there, I was didn't have too much money at the time, so
Yeah.
spent all my money on like meal deals, like spent all my money on like £3.50 meal deals and like really awkward Airbnb house share situations. But I was taking like 3 classes a day. I was emailing every agency,
doing the work.
I was having conversations. I was like really doing the work. And then my initial trip to London, I ended up booking the Brit Awards a week after I got there. Yeah, because of a cold email.
Yeah.
You know, because I was taking classes with these people, and then one person showed me, turned his phone, he said, "Hey, have you seen this?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Bro, it's my first day out here. Like, of course not."
Yeah.
But then I took the email. I made sure that before I went that I had my website sorted, I had my headshots, I had my dance reel. Like, I made sure that I was as plug and play as possible.
Yeah. So step 1 is just research. Step 2 is going to the place where you can find your tribe.
Exactly, but
and
also preparing.
Yeah. And then step 3 is executing.
Exactly.
So Brit Awards, you went to, do you have to go to like an audition?
No.
You just got it.
That was direct.
That's so
That
fly.
was direct.
And how was that experience for you, Brit Awards? Like, was that your first award show, period?
My first award show.
And you know what's crazy? Like,
Yeah.
I'm totally spoiling it, but that was like the smallest thing you did that year. It gets kind of crazy from there. So I'm gonna like little jump over that and go straight to Jungle.
Holy.
And, you know, how massive that was, I think, for your career.
Absolutely.
And the things it did. So, like, yeah, talk about Jungle. I want to know about that.
Okay, so that was something that was also beautiful because I connected with the choreographer through lockdown. Through posting lockdown videos and through just like supporting each other. We connected. And then I was in London and he's like, "Hey, bro, you're in London? Like, are you free from end of February to like mid-March?"
Yeah.
I wasn't. Oh. So I took a like a $400 flight to my chest because I said, "Yo, I need to do this."
Yeah.
Because I'm finally working with my favorite choreographer and like one that I do see as like one of my mentors.
Yeah.
In terms of I like to emulate how he navigates dance in the art world. There's no way I'm not working with him. So I extended the flight. We worked together because we had that previous rapport, and just to see how the world responded to Jungle, you know what I mean? To Back on 74, to the Volcano album as a whole was absolutely insane.
I remember being here in Toronto and just bragging about it. Like, okay, wait, pause the music video. That's Ben. That's my homie right there with the silk scarf. That's him. Yeah. And you know, I remember being so jazzed. And I think like one thing that was really cool about that video is it's like, you know, the music that Jungle makes, it's kind of like everyone hears it. You know what I mean? This is playing on radios. This is playing in people's headphones. This is playing everywhere. Yeah. And so all types of people were like, "I know this song. This is my favorite song." I'm like, "Yeah, my friend's in it. Yeah, my god cousin's in it."
You know this song, but you don't know this song,
you don't
bro.
Know,
like,
you don't know it the way I know it. You know what I mean? Like, and I was trying to do the dance. I do it really horribly, but I was really trying to play that up. And then Gap came through.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so. Oh boy, it was a really great, so Jungle, Gap, and Tyla came from that, which was so cool because
she's so beautiful. Oh my God, my Lord.
Make me sway. Okay, so it was really cool because Back on 74 blew up. Yeah. And Tyla was blowing up at the same time, and Gap was doing this really awesome rebrand. So I feel like they just took everything that's like super poppin' in that year and just like put it into one beautiful commercial. Yeah. And I got to meet Tyla. That was really fire.
How is she?
She's really cute. Like? She's really nice.
Is it like one of those ones where you see someone on Instagram and they're like, "Oh, she's so beautiful, so good looking," and then you see them in real life, you're like, "I can't even speak."
It was one of the because she's
like
also
crippling beauty.
I'd say so. Because she's really nice. Yeah. That's the thing of like you look over and she'll make sure that like she gives you a smile or like acknowledges that you're in the room. Oh my God. So she'd make sure to say hi to everyone. If we were like off in the corner being like silly in the mirror or something, she'd be like looking over, or like you could tell that she wanted to kind of step into like whatever like games or something that we're playing. Yeah. But of course there had to be that separation of like artist and dancer naturally with her with her team just kind of looking out for her, or you know, she has a bigger to-do list because she has to learn the steps, but also be a part of it. Yeah. But like in terms of her energy, it was a very pleasant, very beautiful energy. Oof. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so jealous. Okay. Now let's move to like the big thing that happened in 2024. The Sweat Tour.
The Sweat Tour. Not even just the Sweat Tour, but Troye. Okay, so something to give each other. Troye Sivan Tour. We did Europe. Sweat Tour, where it was a dual headliner with Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan.
Crazy.
Touring the States.
Crazy.
And then another Something to Give Each Other tour in Australia. Mm-hmm. So in total, it was like 52 shows. Sorry.
Is this your first
tour
ever?
Yeah, first tour ever.
And this is like not a jokes tour. Like this is not a you literally went from like, okay, level 1 in the elevator to like, yeah, we're gonna start on level 10.
Yeah.
And see how it goes. Like how many, like the biggest show had how many people?
Well, it depends because
just an average number.
Average number 15,000.
That's disgusting.
15,000.
And you're dancing in front of 15,000 people.
Yeah, for like
so
2 hours
what does the
straight.
prep look like? Before we even get to like the tour, what does the prep look like? Like you're learning these steps, and how much time do you have to learn this before the tour?
We rehearsed for maybe a week or 2 weeks.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So you had two weeks to.
So basically, every rehearsal we would learn like half of 3 routines.
Okay.
So like every 2 rehearsals, we'd get 3 routines done. And then once the routines are done, now it's about building out the show in terms of the transitions, in terms of your stamina, in terms of, just how the show flows and where we can push and pull and put our energy.
Yeah.
And then when you get on the road and it's like, okay, Europe was 19 shows. The States was like 22, 23 shows. And Australia was like 10 shows. And we slipped in a H&M event in Berlin.
Oh, yes,
where we did another show there.
Holy. So bare shows.
Yeah.
And so, like, your first show.
First show.
How nervous were you?
Okay, so our first show was in Lisbon.
Okay.
I was nervous because I wanted it to go well.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like I've been lucky to now experience a lot less imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've worked my way up to where I am right now. Mm-hmm. So now it's about executing and doing my job, right? So the Lisbon show, it really was just about making sure that it all goes right, more than it was that I wasn't prepared. Yeah. There was nerves. It's really funny because I'd be more nervous to dance in front of like 30 people. But I was doing Madison Square Garden, I was chilling.
That's such a flex.
Or like doing Primavera.
That's such a flex, Madison Square Garden. That's crazy. And so like at any point, did you like mess up your steps? Like, is that something that like someone from the crowd can see, or is it just like no one even?
I've fallen on stage twice.
Nice.
Wiped out. Like
I'm sorry. Yo, cheers to you getting back up though. That's what we say. You get knocked down, get right back up, man.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. Dust yourself off and try again.
Exactly. A rip.
So rip is crazy. So yeah, there's moments where you fall on stage, or there's moments you might mess up or like miss your cue. But since you're in such work mode and since I've gotten myself to a place as a dancer, it's very easy to recover and continue on. Yeah. And especially when there's so much going on stage in terms of the artists, in terms of there was 6 of us dancers. Yeah. There's lights, the stage is moving, there's a runway, stage in the middle, stage under the runway. Like, you know what I mean? Like crazy. It was really cool and there's a lot going on. So if you fall, the best thing you can do is just catch the next step. You know what I'm saying? Catch the next step. No, I'm joking. But it's to catch the next step. So I feel like I've messed up, yes, but it's been more hiccups than it has been like blanking out on stage or like really going down in flames, you know?
And how is Troye and the team? Because to be fair, you were the only straight person on the tour, and like that's like I went to the show and I was like, damn, this is fire. This is fire. And I was seeing things I'm not really used to, and I was like, this is so sick that you're a part of that. Yeah. And like I feel like they took you in as like family. Like
that's something that I think was really beautiful. I feel like I already feel so comfortable in queer spaces already. Yeah. And even the fact that I was on this tour, a part of me felt like I slipped through the cracks, or that I maybe took someone else's spot. But I was having a conversation about that with the choreographer, and he was like, hey, like, you as a straight man, but especially even as a straight black man, you contribute a lot to the message that we're trying to give. Is that like, yes, it's about celebrating your sexuality, but like no matter what it is, to be grounded in your sexuality and to just like, and just to like really celebrate love and connection. Like that's what it became, right? And especially since we're reaching so many people, and the show means so much more than me caring about how I'm perceived or whatever it is. Like, I got to take myself out of the situation, but then I learned so much about, you know, continuing to like define my own definition of masculinity.
I love that.
And like, no matter kind of where I dance or speak or talk, or like where I land on the masculine and feminine spectrum, like my romantic preference doesn't necessarily reflect that. And that I could still be someone who prefers women romantically, but also thrive in such a queer space, also give that message, and to be a part of it was like, it was an honor. It was great.
I feel like you just also learned a lot more about yourself, and like it probably started off as like something I was a little uncomfortable with. Then you're like, yo, this is lit. Like I get the opportunity to do whatever I want and express myself no matter how like it goes. And like just being a part of that probably was so beautiful.
Being a part of that was beautiful. And like the guys that like Troy and every dancer are such great people as well.
Shout out to them.
It was really great because I felt like I got to just travel the world with a group of my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Troy is so thoughtful. Every single one of the guys, like, you feel so comfortable and so safe around them that it also allowed me to figure out what I'm comfortable with, what I like, what I don't like, and in terms of my self-expression. Yeah. Because it wasn't defined by like, yo, after rehearsal we're doing 100 push-ups still. Like, you know what I mean? Like
50 Cent tour.
It wasn't it wasn't defined by a very kind of performative lens of masculinity. Yeah. But it more came from a lens, like a masculine lens of just like knowing yourself and being grounded in what it is that you like and how it is that you express yourself. And I feel like they gave me the perfect space to express myself freely. Yeah. And, you know, and they mentioned to me that like, you know, they've thanked me for like just the comfort and the encouragement that comes from myself as well. But I'm like, yo, like, it's the least I could do. You know what I mean? Like, this 100%. Is your space. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And then, so how was the homecoming show? Like, you did all of this stuff, and then you came back to Toronto and got to perform in your home city in front of a bunch of people you love. I feel like you had, like, 20 people on your guest list. Like, I feel like the whole front row was just, like, all of your homies, and you got to just, like, flex for them.
It was so beautiful because I love the Toronto dance community so much. I feel like it has some of the best talent in the world. Just like a lot of Toronto artists, I feel like we have something that, I don't know, the world just like, there's something Toronto specific that's so beautiful.
I feel like it's like a little brother syndrome, honestly. Like, it's just like a try harder.
It's stuff.
Like, the grind is real. We come from one of the biggest countries in the world, but like by population, one of the smallest, which is kind of weird.
So yeah, to have so many of my friends from the Toronto dance community that I've grown up with, that I've been on teams with, that have just like been there with me as I've built myself up as a dancer. They've encouraged me when I went and moved to London, and then now they're here to see what I accomplished by taking that risk or by all that hard work that I put in, and like to walk out of that concert and to see like 15, 20 of y'all just like so happy for me. And my dad came as well. He pulled up. I found him a ticket.
I love that.
I
love that. I feel like for your dad, that was like, oh, so this is what my son does.
He said, oh boy.
Yeah, this is, wow. That's
car what ride. You've been doing full time?
I love that. Big Sweat tour, though.
I love you, though.
Shout out to Sweat, though. Shout out to Sweat. Now, I feel like we only have like probably like 5 minutes left.
That's okay.
So what does 2025 look like for you?
Okay, so I was having this conversation earlier, but I feel like I'm in that preparing phase. I'm in that planning phase. Yeah. And I feel like this phase is very adjacent to the phase that I had before I moved to London. And then went and had the 2 best years of my life. Like in London, I did TV shows, movies, award shows, short films, like you name it. Like I did so much of what was on my dancer bucket list. Yeah. That now that I'm back in this place of like, okay,
what do I do next?
I know big change needs to happen.
Yeah.
A few things. I want to lean back into my art. I feel like I've been putting so much time, effort, and energy into my career. And like, I'm so grateful that I did everything I said I would. That's
beautiful.
That's really crazy. That's really amazing to acknowledge. And I really want to allow myself to accept that, like, yo, like, I can pop my shit because I worked for where I am right now.
Yeah.
And it was very particular steps that I took to get there. So now that I'm back in this planning phase, I want to continue to teach internationally.
That's good.
I really want to feed back into my ideas. Like, I want to go back to making films. I want to go back to painting. I want to go back to all the things that I love to do that I kind of put on the back burner because I was doing the dance thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that looks like, for me, just to have my name on the front of things and to really bring people together and to make art that lasts.
And I think it's to experiment again.
Exactly.
I think a lot of what you're doing is like, it's not necessarily very rigid, but it's like, you're learning steps. It's like you're going to shows, like everything is scheduled.
Yes.
And now you have an opportunity to be like, okay, I have the whole year in front of me. Yeah. What do I want to do with this time? And in terms of that, I think for you have a really good method of, manifesting like what you want, and like you write a lot. You have a lot of like mood boards. Yeah. And like you are really channeling the life you want to live. Is there like any advice you could tell people or anything that you think really helped you to get to a place where you're like, yeah, these things are happening for me and all I had to do was write it?
Yeah. So I really think it's important to put your thoughts on a page. For me, in my personal experience, it's hard to just kind of like sit and think on different things because, there might be distractions, there might be things that you forget. But when you really write it down and you could look at it from a bird's eye perspective, then you could really break down just, okay, how and why and why and why. And like, for me, even finding out that dance came through my love of people and music took me asking those questions. So continue to ask the questions in terms of how you want to feel, how you want to make people feel, the kind of people you want to be around, the kind of spaces that you want to be in, and like dream of that feeling. Dream. You know what I'm saying? Dream of that feeling. Dream of.
Yo. Okay, let me make sure we back in the mix. I am so sorry. Our batteries died.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? 2025, and we have dead batteries. That's crazy. And we just bought those too. That's hate.
It has a hate.
Okay, so we probably got like 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
So getting into, 2025, that's what we were talking about.
Oh, and like how to manifest.
Yeah. I think you were just finishing up on that.
Yeah, so in terms of manifesting and things like that, I journal a lot. Yeah. So a lot of the time it's just taking all these thoughts and ideas and putting it on a page and asking myself the questions why. You know what I mean? I started with... it's funny, I started with like what I want to do in my goals, and then someone told me, they said, how about like how you want to feel and how you want to make people feel?
That's real.
So I wrote a list of how I want to feel. In turn, that's how I want to make people feel, and to visualize. Like I follow the people that inspire me. I look into the art of the people that inspire me, and then it's about that planning. Okay, so I know exactly how it is that I want to feel and where I want to go. How do I get there now? Let's break it down. How do I position myself? How do I best equip myself? How do I best prepare to meet the opportunity? Yeah. So a lot of being at home and a lot of journaling is that. Yeah. And then, frankly, you almost have kind of like a rollout of like, all right, it's time to now execute. You know what I mean? It's now time to go where it is, meet the people of, you know what I mean? And make the art of and build my skill to where I want to be. Yeah. So, so just about, beautiful. It's just about then going out and executing it. And I feel so lucky to have grown up and gone to these specific studios and taught by these teachers. Like, I'm so grateful for my life's journey and how it is that I've gained this skill that I do, but also like to acknowledge, the hard work and planning and strategy. Yeah. Like there's so much more to being a dancer at a high caliber than just being good at dance. You know what I mean? It's also working on your character. That's real. It's also working on, there's just so many things that apply to really having a successful career in dance. But in general, the way I get to where I want to go is I write, I visualize, I plan, then I execute.
Okay, so I got 2 more questions for you, and then we out of here.
Okay.
Ben, thank you for being here, man. This is great.
Yeah, this is fun.
I
I really like this.
In and outs, 2025. What's in? 5 and 5.
Okay, so
I know it's low-key corny, but like I feel like it works right now.
okay. So in is not holding back a compliment. I feel like life is so much nicer when you're constantly in a state of spreading positivity and being happy for people. And like sometimes I'll be on the street and I'll do this like exercise where every stranger that walks by me, I need to point out one thing that I like about them.
Yeah,
so
I used
now
to do that too.
when I introduce myself or wherever it is, I'm always seeking out positivity.
Yeah.
So never hold a compliment is for sure in. What else is in is
More time
having
for
your
yourself?
time be priority.
Yeah,
You already know.
Yeah, I read you like a book, bro. Like I knew it.
Having your own time be priority, being okay with saying no. Now,
Yeah, real.
for me, I'm an extrovert on crack. Like
Same,
I'll get along
bro.
with a brick wall. Like yo, down like Lati and bench. But to also understand that I need to fill up my cup first.
Yeah.
And if I'm not at full capacity, it's kind of doing a disservice to both of us.
You can't save yourself.
You
You
know
can't
what I'm
save the
saying?
world.
Exactly.
Simple.
So that's another thing is like filling your cup, being okay with your own time and solitude.
2 more.
I think 3 or 2.
2 more.
2 more. Another thing that's in is expressing yourself fluidly.
Love that.
So not doing the boy thing or the girl thing
just being
or like
honest.
the thing. Yo, just being honest.
Just being yourself.
And like whatever really speaks to you,
Just do it.
do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Whatever video game, whatever clothing piece, whatever little phrase or saying you say, like, you know, like express yourself how it is that you want to.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like I am a dancer, I am a black man who is into this and into this and I'll act according. Let me be Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel
So
that.
in is expressing yourself.
And then last one.
Honestly. And then the last one,
I feel like the last one for you is honestly treating yourself.
bro.
I feel like for you, like this is the last year or so.
It's
you've
like
been
you're my best friend or something. Yo, this is crazy.
Yo, Dennis, like I feel like it's over the last year you've been like, yo, the one thing I've really wanted, I'm gonna go buy that.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to do, I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah.
If the one place I wanted to be, I'm gonna travel there.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've done a lot of that in the past year, and you're gonna continue to do more of that. And that's, I think, a good celebration of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you worked so hard to get to where you are now.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's the point of not living in the present
Absolutely.
and getting to do these things, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna get the Ferrari anyway, eventually, one day.
Yeah.
But like while you're still here, you can still get the bag.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, out. Quick 5 outs.
Quick 5 outs. Out doom scrolling. Out is
Real.
a lot of your phone and doom scrolling, but also like that comparison, because it's like, yo, I saw someone the other day that was like really good at like horse riding or like golf, and I'm like, yo, they're in their bag, and I see that they love it, like they're doing, and a part of me is like, should I be good at that, or like
You don't need to be good at bowling.
I know.
That's my thing. All right.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of the time, especially for me, since social media is such a huge part of my work,
Yeah.
doom scrolling comes with, no matter what it is that I do on Instagram, I'm like, okay, I see their strategy, or I see the way they're posting, or I see this, that, and I feel like I constantly have work brain on, and that comparison brain on, sometimes in the name of bettering myself, yes, but a lot of comparison in general, you start feeling like you're like drowning, or you get
It's true.
that like almost like decision paralysis, because it's like I need to do so many things because this friend just started a clothing brand and it's popping off, and he did his, you know, but
that's
I
real.
could also be like, yeah, but like, what do I want to do for myself?
Yeah.
So
One step at a time, too.
yeah, exactly. So out is doom scrolling, social media comparison heavy. Out is
3 more.
I don't want to say following dress code, but
Oh, I feel that.
out
Breaking
is
rules.
Out is kind of code switching. Not code switching as hard, of course, in a networking
just being
sense.
yourself. Yeah.
There are ways you can tend to someone's certain personality type, which is beneficial for everyone because you could just communicate better. But out is code switching in terms of I don't need to dim down my blackness. I don't need to dim down if I express myself in a more feminine way and I'm around a group of guy friends. It's allowing yourself to be you and to have you be the best choice. Yeah. Because don't get me wrong, like if someone I know loves TikTok and they're on TikTok crazy, I'm gonna let those references fly. You know what I mean? So it's one of those where it's not even code switching in a malicious way. It's more so just like to better assist both of you in communicating. But there's a lot of times where you may feel like you dim that light. Yep. So no code switching.
Let's do one more left.
One more?
Last one.
Yeah, because I keep talking.
It's a podcast for a reason.
We're here to talk. Yeah. Last one. This one's hard. Wait, okay. Since you guessed like two of my ends, what would be an out for me that you see me...
on the question guy.
Yeah, you see me kind of doing in my daily life lately. Because I feel like we're both making huge shifts, and even in terms of our character and our personality. So what's something that you made me see from me as a friend?
I think an out for you is being less performative. I think half of your life is being someone who performs. Yeah. And it's like being seen as who you are and like what you do. And you're not really doing anything for the sake of anyone else anymore. Yeah. Right? You do things for the sake of friendship and to make sure people are all right. But you're not bending back over just to get something done anymore. So I think that's a huge out for you. Yeah. I guess that's the end of the podcast,
This is fire.
Well, yeah. Thank you guys for coming to the Makers Make It Made podcast, episode 1. Appreciate it. I'm your host, Blame Devontae, and thank you, Ben, for being here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. It's been amazing. I appreciate you.
Until the next one.
We out. Bye.
Later.
Yo, that was fire. That was fire.